South Africa's youth unemployment crisis needs an entrepreneurial solution, but right now, that forward momentum is stalling out. The primary reason for this failure is structural. Historically, if you are a young, unproven founder, traditional banks will not hand you early-stage capital. This chart maps business maturity against access to capital. If you have an early-stage idea, you land right down here, shut out of the financial system. This isolation creates a funding wall. Promising businesses die here before they hire their first employee. For young South African founders, great business ideas usually die not from a lack of effort, but from a fatal lack of institutional access. Absa and the Chiamo Foundation are trying to bypass this traditional barrier with the Absa Youth Entrepreneurship Fund, rolling out in August 2026. The marketing headline is highly attractive. They're offering capital with zero debt repayment and zero equity taken from the founder. The operational reality requires closer inspection. This money is distributed as a conditional grant. This timeline compares a bank loan with the AYEF grant. Instead of a single lump sum payout, the AYEF provides phased payouts tied to a 12-month development program. To unlock the next phase, you must clear these checkpoints. It functions like a heavily structured incubator. You aren't paying for this capital with equity or interest. You are paying with your operational autonomy. Let's evaluate the exact trade-off for the first of three distinct target segments: the idea stage or informally trading hustler. For the informal founder, required input means mandatory compliance and governance guidance. The positive outcome? Forcing your transition from an off-the-books hustle into a legally compliant, registered entity. But if you operate entirely off the books, this rigid structure will cause a massive administrative shock. This specific demographic must view the 12-month coaching journey as a vital feature, not a punishment for taking the money. For the informal founder, the forced business literacy and mentorship provided by the program will ultimately be more valuable than the cash itself. The second segment covers founders with registered startups that are already generating revenue and need capital to scale operations. For this mature group, the required input is accepting phased, drip-fed funding over a lump sum. The advantage? You secure expansion capital while retaining 100% equity control. The critical trade-off, however, is a drastic loss of operational agility. You will only be able to scale as fast as you can clear Absa's predetermined bureaucratic milestones. For the mature startup, the AYEF is a calculated exchange where you sacrifice rapid scaling speed in order to protect your long-term ownership. The final segment covers founders experiencing an immediate cash flow crisis, or those who need urgent capital to fulfill pending orders. If you have an urgent need today, there is a long gap until the August 2026 application window, followed by a 12-month evaluation. Relying on this fund to plug a short-term operational hole will result in business failure before the window even opens. If you are in this position, you need to seek alternative bridging finance or traditional short-term loans rather than waiting for a grant. Securing the wrong type of capital at the wrong time is just as fatal to a business as securing no capital at all. The ultimate reality of the AYEF is that it is an intensive business incubator disguised as a free grant. To decide if you should apply, follow this simple decision tree based on your primary business bottleneck. If your bottleneck is immediate cash flow, this is not a quick fix bailout fund. You need to seek alternatives. If your bottleneck is scale and structure, and you are willing to submit to audits and mentorship in exchange for scale, you should prepare to apply. Highly experienced serial entrepreneurs need to carefully evaluate their patience for bureaucracy. You will likely chafe at the mandatory oversight. Matching your specific business maturity to the correct financial product is the only way to prevent fatal operational bottlenecks. If you fit the ideal AYEF profile, your work starts by building a solid base before the structure is erected. Do not wait until August 2026 to begin your preparation. The required administrative actions start now. Finalize your business plans, formalize your commercial concepts, and gather your compliance documentation. Early preparation proves to the Chiamo Foundation that you are already capable of basic governance. The ultimate winners of this grant will not be the founders who apply in August 2026, but the founders who begin structuring their businesses today.